If you've been following this channel for a while, you will know that I've stayed bullish pretty much this entire bull market. Okay, there's a reason for that. But I've actually turned even more bullish with this news. Now, I was talking the other day with my friend Alex Fazell from Swissborg, and we were talking about we were just kind of perplexed on why people are so bearish now. It's like they have forgotten that a normal pullback in this space is like 35%. That's completely normal. And sometimes even like last bull market, we had a 55% correction. And then we went to all-time highs after that. So here's the thing, why I'm actually more bullish now than ever. I'm going to cover a couple of these news clips, and I'm going to tell you why I am so freaking bullish right now. President Trump proposes tax cuts to American businesses if they make their products in the United States. Support this and buy American. That's what Gunther Eagleman on Twitter says. And that's great. Hopefully that actually, works. But here's what I wrote, because I kind of disagree with that. And please, down below, let me know if I'm wrong with this. I said, even if they lower taxes to 15%, chips wouldn't be as cheap as what overseas manufacturing can do. Y'all know that. I hope you know that. Okay, plus in the meantime, people need to build manufacturing plants. It doesn't just happen magically like some people think. Okay, that can take years, people. Okay, this isn't instantaneous, all right? In the meantime, chips in the US are going to be very expensive if this whole tariff thing doesn't end. Then after 4 years, do taxes go back to normal? So say, for instance, some other puppet gets in office, are they going to raise taxes again? Then what happens? I mean, I said, this is why you should never involve government in business. Just keep them out, guys, okay? I am laissez-faire to the max. Kick them out. Kick those parasites out. Okay, so now, also, Amazon says it won't display tariff costs now after Trump called Bezos over hostile and political move. So what has happened here is that Amazon was going to display how much your original item was going to cost, plus how much your tariffs were going to raise the prices on that. And, Trump's administration's like, heck no, don't even tell people that. We don't want people knowing exactly what they're paying for. So they don't want to provide any transparency for you, the citizen. And this isn't just, I'm not just picking on this guy, okay? All the other administrations would love to have done this as well, okay? So this isn't just Trump. Now, we also have foreign investors dumping $63 billion in US equities. This is according to Goldman Sachs. I don't blame them. But, I think what's going to happen is they're going to print and print and print and print. So you're going to see crazy amount of inflation that you've never seen before. If you thought the amount of currency that was printed in 2020 and 2021 was a lot, during pretty much the largest monetary expansion the world has ever seen, wait till you see what is coming down the pike. You're not going to believe it. Okay, so this is from Kobisi Letter on Twitter. World central banks are diversifying their reserves. Okay, foreign holdings of treasuries as percent of U.S. government debt has fallen to 23%, the lowest in 22 years. The percentage is down 11 percentage points over the last 9 years. At the same time, gold holdings as a percentage of global international reserves has hit 18%, the highest in 26 years. Okay, so what's happening here? People are diversifying outside the United States dollar, okay? Do you blame them? I don't blame them one bit. Get the heck out of that thing. Get into an inflation hedge, first off. And Bitcoin is a perfect example of why you need Bitcoin, because we're going to have so much, US is going to have so much inflation, right? It's going to make your head spin. And this is one of the reasons why I think we're pumping right now. I think people are starting to realize, oh my gosh, what a mess the world is in right now. We need a safe haven. Bitcoin was born for this, guys. Okay, also, China's Huawei develops a new AI chip seeking to match NVIDIA. So the competition for chips is out there as well. So this is just going to be incredible. I think chips are going to go way down in value, and I think there's going to be a lot of innovation as well. So with that in regard, China is fighting back as much as possible, and and I think a lot of other nations are waiting to see what China has to say, not what the US has to say. Because, like, for instance, during the press conference, I think it was, I saw it today. I'm going off the tip of my brain here, but they said, have you been in talks with China? And they're like, well, when have you been in talks with China? And they didn't answer. They don't want to tell you when they've been having talks, what talks are happening. Guys, they haven't been talking with China. I can guarantee you they haven't been talking with China. China doesn't care. And I don't think a lot of these other nations actually care either. Just as I said the day before yesterday in one of my videos, that Apple is now looking, instead of China, to go to India for manufacturing. So that's really, really interesting, because they're not looking to the US, they're looking to overseas, because they trust overseas markets way more, and plus it's going to be much, much cheaper than making anything in the United States at this point. So also the UPS is cutting 20,000 jobs amid reduction in Amazon shipments. So guys, it's happening right now. Like, this is going to put a lot of pressure on the US dollar. People aren't going to be as interested in the US dollar. That's going to bode well for Bitcoin. Okay. And also, China sends Boeing planes back to US over tariffs. It's just one after another. Bang, 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 bang. I'm just giving you facts here, guys. Okay. I'm not trying to be emotional here. I understand economics well enough to where I understand where this is going to be potentially heading. And I'm trying to guide everyone here. Okay, lastly, the last one I'm going to do is estimated number of human workers expected to be replaced by humanoid robots. This is according to CNBC. Check out this chart right here. 62.7 million robots to replace humans by 2050. But I disagree with this. I think it's going to be much faster because of what is happening in the world right now. I think that number is going to be ramped up. I would say by 2030, that could be 62.7 million. This whole tariff thing is going to take 20 years off of these robot manufacturing for sure. With that said, let me know what your thoughts are, because I'm really scared for my family and my friends back in the United States. Even though I'm not in the States, I am still affected indirectly from this. And also, like, you're going to have to, if you're in Bitcoin, if you're in Monero, if you're in anything, I would definitely be helping my family out, because things are going to get really bad with inflation. I think, people are like, yeah, inflation is going to rise, but you know what? It's going to hurt a lot of people. So you need to actually go out and, if you're financially educated and you've bought Bitcoin, you've bought Monero, whatever, go and help these people out. Okay, talk to you soon.